What is going on, everyone? This video is a step-by-step walkthrough on how to insert records into an Amazon Redshift table using AWS Glue with PySpark. For this demo, I'll be reading a JSON file from Amazon S3, which has new records we want to insert into our table. All right, so we have a category table in our Redshift database that we want to update. It contains groupings of shows that our customers may attend, and we currently only have 3 types of concerts. However, there's additional concerts I want to add into my database. So I have new records that were sent to me in S3 that contain the new records that we want to update. If we take a look at the data, you can see that we have punk and house music that we want to add. So the new data has been already dropped in S3 and it contains this JSON file here. So let's head over to our Jupyter notebook to write the code to implement the logic. All right, so I'm in a Jupyter notebook that is leveraging interactive Glue sessions. Now for our PySpark job writing to Redshift, it's important that we have the connection added for our Redshift database. So while leveraging an interactive Glue session for this demo, you can see here I have this magic that is called connections, and I've added Redshift database. So by adding this, we can see that our connections to be included includes access to the Redshift VPC. So if we go to job details, and if we scroll down under advanced properties, you're going to see here that under connections now, we have this Redshift connection that's been added, and we can see that it has the correct VPC that a Redshift is in. If you haven't configured your connection in your Redshift cluster in AWS Glue already, check out my other tutorial in the description below, which walks through this process. All right, so if I go back to my notebook, the first step is to run our boilerplate code to import our base Python libraries. So this is currently spinning up a new interactive Glue session for me. Great, so my interactive Glue session is ready and it's initiated the first import statements. So the next step is to read our data from our S3 bucket that has the raw data that we want to insert into our Redshift table. So using the from options method to create a dynamic data frame, I've specified the path for where my data is stored and the format as JSON. So let's just give that a run. Great, so if we show our data here by using the toDataFrame.show method and we print our schema, you can see we have our 2 records that we want to insert into our database. So it's a good practice to investigate the schema just to make sure it's aligning with the data types that you're expecting before writing. And if it doesn't, you can always use a transform to change the data types or remap it to a different one if needed. Great, so because I'm happy with the format that the data is coming in, I know that this category ID is an integer and the other 3 columns are strings, I'm just gonna go ahead and write directly to Redshift. So the next part is we need to specify our connection option. So the first connection option, it's going to be the table that our database is in. So I passed public, which is the schema, and then the name of it is category. So it's public.category. And then what is the database name? So the database name is dev. Great. Now there's other optional parameters you can add. So if you were wanting to connect with a specific IAM role, that's another optional parameter that could be added here. And then to write to our Redshift database, we're going to be using the glue context.write dynamic frame from JDBC config. So the first parameter is going to be the dynamic frame from above here. So this is this dynamic frame that we created from the JSON file. The second is going to be the database connection that we want to write to. So this is the same connection that I've configured for my job already. So I'm just referencing that name again. For the connection option, that's just going to use this dictionary that we configured above. And the last parameter you need is a temporary location that's going to store your temporary Redshift files. So in S3, I specified a temporary location where this can be stored. All right, let's go ahead and give this a run. Great, so this method has ran successfully and we have inserted records into our Redshift table. So if we go to view our table again, so within the Redshift query editor, if I query my table again, we now see that those 2 new records have been inserted into our database. Great, so I hope you found this video helpful on how to insert new records into an Amazon Redshift table using AWS Glue with PySpark. Thanks so much for watching, and if you think this video will be helpful for others, please hit that like button. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing for more videos on working with data on AWS. Thanks again, and see you next time.